Okay guys, I promised you another video today, so here we are. I know we're going strong here in week 2 and that a lot of you have been able to already start your 6-word stories and that you're reading through the Barthes and all that stuff and getting to know a little bit more about French philosophy, especially French philosophy as it relates to literature. But what I want to make sure here as we go through and we finish up with the Barthes and we are working in our stories here is that we have a little bit of an understanding of what Barthes is trying to get to at the end here. Barthes allows us to have this idea and proposes this idea that the reader is possibly, if not, the most important person when it comes to literature. It's not the critic, it's not the author. Those people are involved in keeping up this myth that they are and the writer is the most important part to literature, that it is the writer that gives it its meaning. But we see through the Barthes and through his philosophy and the way he attacks and attaches himself to the literature that he has this hope, this idea that we will all grow, we will learn, and we will understand that all that writing really is putting the words out there, putting the ideas out there. And that once they're out there, they can no longer hold this static meaning. And that the meaning comes through those people who read it. And as it says towards the end of it, is that classic criticism has never paid any attention to the reader. Finishes off, for it is the writer who is the only person in literature. We are now beginning to find ourselves no longer to be fooled, no longer by the arrogant antiphrasical recriminations of a good society in favor of the things that we set aside, ignores, smothers, and destroys. We know that to give writing its future, it is necessary to overthrow the myth. The birth of the reader must come at the cost of the death of the author. So finishing off in this essay, we're seeing that Barthes wants us, the reader, to be the person who imbues literature, who imbues writing with meaning. So this is the main thrust behind what I was trying to get you to get across in these 6-word stories that you were getting. People came up with a story in their head. There's a story that they are thinking about when these 6 words came to mind, when these 6 words played out. There is no way that the person who thought up these 6 words was only thinking about these 6 words, but there was a backstory. There's a forward way to move through to a new story, and there's ways to expand the story in every which way. But once that writing, once those 6 words have left their brains, have left their fingertips onto the screen, it is up to you, the reader, to give it meaning. So the hope is that while I've explained this to some of you through some text messaging and through some emails, is to let all the rest of you know that the idea here is that Barthes wants you, the reader, to give literature meaning. And I am allowing you the opportunity here with these 6-word stories to take that time, to be able to take someone else's literature, to be the reader, and to give it new meaning. Again, if you need anything, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Hope you guys are all enjoying these 6-word stories and being able to create them as to these new pieces of literature that are fully your own, that are fully the readers, and that you too are seeing this death of the author. Now, hopefully all of the authors that we are utilizing are doing well and that are healthy and are strong and continue to have great lives, but hopefully you too have found your way as the reader to be able to give their words new meaning. Thank you. Good night.